So, Mahbuba, can you speak? What if I give you questions?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay, good. So, can we start?
Yes.
Can you please turn on your camera so that it will be available because the admin officers they're also going to watch it.
So I'm with the kids, and
Oh,
now
I
I think
see.
I can't.
Okay, so good. Okay, if you're kids, if you're with kids, please concentrate to the lecture, okay? So,
Definitely.
biomolecules, so we learned the carbohydrates together, right? So we learned the proteins together, we learned the atoms and the molecules. Now it's time to learn the lipids, okay? So what are the lipids? Have you ever heard about it? What are the lipids? What types of the lipids do you know?
Uh, Lipids. It's a group of like molecules.
Mm-hmm.
They give like energy. And something like this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they are the source of the energy, right? So lipids, they are fats and including the oils, the butter, and a lot, okay? The functions of the
Mm-hmm.
lipids is three things. First of all, their main function is energy storage. So they reserve the energy source. And also they are the main cell membrane component. And also they take part in the insulation and cushioning. You know what's insulation and cushioning?
No, I don't know.
Have you ever heard about the thermal regulation? Thermoregulation.
No,
No, what's the meaning of thermal?
it's a process when like
Uh, Thermo means
about
like
it
heat,
with.
heat, 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 right?
Uh-huh.
Regulation, this is the regulation of the heat in your body. So you regulate the constant temperature in your body. This is called what? Thermoregulation. So
Regulation.
thermoregulation can happen in different ways. For example, in the bears, when they go to sleep in the winter periods, right? Spячка как
Mm-hmm.
boradku ayaklar. They have a fat
Uh-huh.
layer. They have a lipid layer. So that's why these lipids will work as an insulation and cushioning. They protect their internal organs from the cold temperature and also maintains the body temperature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Yeah.
cell membrane component. Which lipid is the main cell membrane component? What do you think?
Cell membrane.
Yes, cell membrane.
I don't get your question.
Phospholipids. Okay. Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
phospholipids? And also lipids store extra energy for the later usage as well. For example, if you don't eat for a while, your body will burn that fat to get the energy. Your body will burn
Mm-hmm.
that lipid. If you burn 1 gram of lipid, if you burn 1 grams of lipid, how many kilocalories will be released at 1 gram of lipid? How many kilocalories of energy will be released? 9.1
One.
kilocalories, okay? What about 1 gram of protein?
I don't know. Like they same.
4.1 kilocalories. It's less. Okay. What about 1 gram of carbohydrates?
2 point.
It's also 4.1 kilocalories. Okay. Same with
Yeah.
proteins. Okay. If you want to lose your weight, you have to consume less lipid compared to the carbohydrates and the proteins. Okay, so think of
Mm-hmm.
lipids like a battery your body keeps charged just in case. Okay, so you eat the lipids, you will be charged, and for the later usage, it will be used. Okay, and it's part of the cell
Mm-hmm.
membrane. So lipids are used to build the cell membrane, especially the phospholipids. Okay, every cell in your body is surrounded by the membrane, made most of the lipids. Okay, so without the lipids, your cell would leak or fall apart. Okay, so lipids are
Mm-hmm.
essential for
Yes.
the cell. Okay, so insulation
Yep.
cushioning, this is the lipids keep your warm insulation and protect organs like padding. For example, fat around the kidneys. We have the fat around the kidneys. We have the fat around the heart, right? So fat around the kidneys or under your skin keeps your body temperature stable and all those
Mm-hmm.
organs very safe. Okay. Good.
Yes.
So what are these actually lipids are made of? You can see the lipids here, right? What they're made of? They're made of the lipid is made from a long chain of the carbon. So this is the carbon, right? You see it here, the long
Mm-hmm.
chains of the carbon, right? So long chains of the carbon, you see the long chains of the hydrogen, okay?
Hydrogen.
So we
Yes.
say the monomer of the lipids like hydrocarbon because it contains of long chains of the hydrogen and carbon together. So the monomer of the lipid is called hydrocarbon.
Hydro.
Okay,
Yes.
hydrocarbon. It's just a hydrocarbon is just a carbon atom with hydrogen atoms stuck to it. Okay, so imagine the
Mm-hmm.
Lego blocks. It looks like the Lego blocks. Each carbon is one block, and the hydrogens are small piece of the sticking out. Okay, so
Yeah.
structure of the lipids, I just said these hydrocarbons connect to the long chains, making the molecules like fatty acids. So this appearance is called fatty acid appearance. Okay, acid, fatty
Mm-hmm.
acid appearance. Okay, so the hydrocarbons connect in the long chains, like making the molecules of the fatty acids. This is the fatty acid molecule. So it's a long chain. These chains can be straight, okay? This chain can be very straight, or this chain can have a bend. It can bend as well. Okay, it can bend as well. So
Mm-hmm.
those who are straight, we call them saturated fats. Saturated, saturated fats. Okay, those who are banded, we say unsaturated. Which one is healthier for our body? What do you think?
First one, I think, due to their like straight.
Um, yes, so saturated fats, they are saturated means they are solid in the room temperature. Solid. These are lipids which are solid in room temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Unsaturated means they are liquid in room temperature. Okay,
Yep.
questions?
No questions.
Okay, this one. So we have the types of the lipids. What types of the lipids do you see here in this picture?
Phospholipid, triglyceride, cholesterol,
So phospholipids, triglycerides, and phos
cholesterol.
and cholesterol. Have you heard them once in your life?
Yes, we
Or is
learned
it the
about phospholipid.
okay, you learned about the phospholipids. Okay, so what's hydrocarbon chains? These are the lipids are built from chains of the carbon and hydrogen, we said, right? So these chains can be in 12 or 24 carbon long. Okay, these chains
Mm-hmm.
vary in the lengths, usually from 12 to 24 carbon atoms. Okay, so important properties of the lipid is that it's hydrophobic. What's the meaning of hydrophobic?
It's like
Mahbuba?
we use it with water. Like they don't mix with
They hate water. Hydrophobic means they
yeah, yes,
hate water, okay?
without
So,
water. Yeah.
so lipids don't mix with water because they are non-polar and water is polar molecule. That's why polar and non-polar they're not going to mix with each other, okay? And also
Mm-hmm.
example, think of the trying to mix oil and water together. They separate, right? No matter how much you stir it, that's lipids being hydrophobic. Okay, that's because the lipids are hydrophobic in nature. Okay, any questions?
No, no.
So key types of the lipids, as you can see here, so we have the phospholipids, triglycerides, and the cholesterol. Okay, so triglycerides, remember, these are your main fat storage molecules in your body. They made up of one glycerol. This is the triglyceride molecule. Okay, triglyceride. This is the formula. It's made of three. This is made of one glycerol. Okay, one glycerol
Mm-hmm.
and three fatty acids. Three fatty acids which are attached to that glycerol. Okay, three fatty acids that are attached to that glycerol. So we have the glycerol and fatty acids, three fatty acids attaching to the glycerol. Okay, so we call them
Yeah.
triglycerides. Okay, so what are the
Mm-hmm.
fatty acids? Fatty acids are hydrocarbons. As you can see here, this is the hydrocarbon structure. This is a long hydrocarbon chains with carboxyl group also. So here you can see the carboxyl group. So one glycerol molecule, this is one glycerol molecule, and others are which molecules? And others, three glycerides. Okay,
Triglycerides.
three glycerides. Others are fatty acids. Okay, others fatty acids. I'm sorry, fatty acids. Fatty acids. This is glycerol. Together we call them triglycerides. Okay, so
Yep.
and also they stored in the adipose tissue where you have the belly abdomen, okay, where you have a fat layer in your body.
Mm-hmm.
They are the triglycerides are going to store, okay. For example, when someone is overweight, they have excess triglycerides stored in the fat cells, okay.
Yeah.
uh, this is the primary dietary fat. Okay, don't confuse it. This is the primary dietary fat. Most consumed fats are triglycerides. So they also function in the energy storage. So body stores fats in the form of the later usage as well. Okay, any questions
Yes.
so far?
No questions.
Is it understandable?
Yes.
Okay, phospholipids. I'm not going to stop the phospholipids. You know it, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
in the triglycerides, what's essential in the triglycerides, I have to tell you, in the triglycerides, you have the three tails, right? This is the
Uh-huh.
first, second, and the third. What's the difference between triglycerides and the phospholipids?
I think triglycerides are hydrocar they y- use like hydrocarbon chains, and they don't need the water, but in phospholipids we need water.
Of course, you don't need water for this is also hydrophobic. Phospholipids are also hydrophobic. Okay, triglycerides, all lipids are hydrophobic. They hate water. Okay, their
Mm-hmm.
main difference here, it has three tails. It has in the phospholipids we have two tails. In triglycerides we have three tails.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what are these three tails in the triglycerides?
this is for like connection.
These are the fatty acids. These are simply fatty acids. You see three fatty acids in the formula.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
These tails are three fatty acids. Here two tail, two fatty acids, and this one is glycerol. Okay,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
glycerol.
yeah, yeah. Got it.
The difference in the triglyceride and phospholipids, in the phospholipids, we have additional phosphate group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We have additional phosphate group in order this third tail. Okay, in order to the third tail in the phospholipid, it made the phosphorus. Okay, good. So now you know the phospholipids. All right, it has a function in the cell membrane. What's the function of the phospholipid? We learned them together, right?
Yeah.
What's the function of it?
They're like the main component of cell membrane.
Uh-huh.
They make like like biological like membranes. They you have tails
Uh-huh.
like they use for fatty acid chains like,
Uh-huh.
and they're
So
like
their main
barrier.
function is actually to provide the structure to the cell, regulating the movement of the substances across the cell membrane, okay? Regulating the
Yeah.
movement of the substances. Cholesterol, what do you know about the cholesterol?
So
Cholesterol is also type
uh,
of the lipid. It's not fat, but it's very important, okay?
uh,
So it sits in the cell membrane, okay? You can see the cholesterol in the cell membrane as well. As you can see here, this is the cholesterol, right? So this
mhm,
is the cholesterol. This cholesterol is in the cell membrane. It also sits in the cell membrane as well, okay?
mhm.
So also cholesterol is also building block for important hormones. Which hormones do you think?
Hormones
Yes, which hormones are synthesized from cholesterol?
like cortisol, testosterone,
Yes,
like this.
yes. Progesterone, cortisol, aldosterone, estradiol, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, all of them synthesized from cholesterol.
Hmm.
Okay, that's why
Yeah.
cholesterol is really important. But too much cholesterol through can build up in the arteries and can cause the atherosclerosis, okay, hardening of the blood vessels, okay.
Hmm.
Good. And also, cholesterol is always seen in the animal cells. They are not in the female. They are not in the plant cells. Okay. So, steroid
Yeah.
hormone production. The main functions of the cholesterol is that cholesterol is a precursor for the estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. Okay.
Hmm.
And also, cholesterol is in the cell membrane. It functions in the cell membrane stability, helps maintain the membrane integrity of the cholesterol, okay, of the cell.
Yeah.
And the steroid hormone production, their main function is steroid hormone production, and cholesterol is a precursor for the estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, okay? So we have two
Hmm.
types of the cholesterol. We have the HDL and we have the LDL. Have you ever heard about them? So low density lipoproteins and high density lipoproteins. Have you ever heard about it?
No, it's it's the first time.
Okay, it's the first time, right? So HDL means good cholesterol and LDL means bad cholesterol. Okay, so HDL, this is the high density lipoprotein. So actually, what are the lipoproteins? Do you know?
Like proteins.
Yes, proteins with lipids or proteins carrying the lipids. Good
Oh,
job. So,
yeah.
cholesterol is a type of lipid. It's also found in your blood. Okay, it's found in your
Hmm.
blood. It doesn't travel alone. So, this cholesterol is not going to travel alone. It moves through the attached to the proteins, forming a particle called the lipoprotein. So these are two main types of the cholesterol related lipoproteins. Okay, so we have two types of the cholesterol. First is high density lipoprotein. This is good cholesterol, and we have the low density lipoprotein. So this is the bad cholesterol. Okay, in our body.
Hmm.
So What is actually, let's start with HCl. What's high density lipoprotein? High density lipoprotein is called good because it cleans up cholesterol in your blood, especially especially the LDL. Okay, it shouldn't be HDL, it should be LDL, especially the LDL. It picks up extra cholesterol and carries it back to the liver, where it can be broken
Mm-hmm.
down or it can be removed for later usage. Okay, so high density lipoprotein is like a vacuum cleaner for your blood vessels. They just they
Mm-hmm.
are just like a vacuum cleaner in your blood vessels. Okay, so more HDL you have, more vacuum cleaners you have, the less risk of heart diseases. So what's bad cholesterol? LDL. This is the LDL. This is bad cholesterol. So it drops off cholesterol in the arteries. This causes the buildup of the plaque. Okay, so cholesterol will be inside of the arteries. Okay, so they will stick there,
Mm-hmm.
they will form there, they will grow there. Okay, because of the LDL. Okay, this is called
Yeah.
plaque. So a fatty layer that narrows or blocks the blood vessel. It can also narrow. You see the narrowing of the blood vessels? It's getting so narrow.
Mm-hmm.
This diameter and this diameter differs significantly. Okay, and imagine like um okay, we will talk in the LDL. So what's LDL? LDL is bad cholesterol. LDL is bad because it drops off cholesterol in the arteries. So it builds up the cholesterol in the arteries. Okay, this causes the buildup of the plaque. So plaque can
So,
lead to the heart that.
if a person is overweight, like its effect to their like blood circulation.
Of course, overweighting affects the blood circulation as well, to the blood pressure, to the stroke, to the diabetes. Everything is obesity risk factor for these diseases.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
For
got it.
example, heart attack, it can cause stroke, it can cause atherosclerosis. Okay. So recommended cholesterol levels, the LDL level should be less than 100. Okay, it's written here. If someone
Mm-hmm.
has heart problem, even lower is also can be better. So it should be lower than 70 milligrams per deciliter, the LDL level. Okay, so what's
Mm-hmm.
HDL? This is good cholesterol, should be high. It should be above the 40 or 60 milligrams per deciliter. Okay, so
Yeah.
HDL, this is high density lipoprotein, LDL low density lipoprotein. Okay, LDL, this is deposits cholesterol in the blood vessels, and HDL, this removes the cholesterol from the blood. Okay,
Yeah.
HDL degende healthy, right? H means healthy, um,
Mm-hmm.
L means lethal. Okay, lethal. So that's why it is bad cholesterol. Okay, this is just mnemonic for you for free.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, this is the quiz, okay? After reading it carefully, please solve them. Uh, or maybe we can solve it together with others. It's okay. Any questions?
No, got it.